Grand Thursday. This is Dee with Divine Needle, and this is the guidance reading for the collective. It is March 17th, 2021, and it is 9 a.m. straight up. Okay, it is raining this morning, so I'm having some difficulties with my voice, and I had a little technical difficulty trying to start the stream, but we got it going, So if you hear me muting my mic, it's because it is raining and yeah, you know me and the allergies. So we are on Thursday, New Age of Aquarius. The Sabian symbol for today is a fertile garden under the full moon. So there's the picture. If it would stay, there we go. There's the picture. So a fertile garden under the full moon. That feels very correct, actually, for many. Um, it's interesting that the government released some more COVID checks recently, and I think that's very much about that, somewhat for some, but for others, it's because of what they're creating in general. But we're going to talk about the Sabian Mysteries real quick before we get started with the reading. Success in mastering the earth plane is measured by our ability to win abundance without becoming a slave to greed. Sufism teaches of 7 planes of existence, each with its special mystery. And the mystery of the earth plane is abundance. The self-denial within asceticism may well be an important stage by which we learn to let go of need. Oh, can you hear the thunder? Yeah. So learning to let go of need, but a more advanced level of development is typified by having no embarrassment about desire and fulfillment. It takes mastery to cope with both sides of the challenges of physical life. The first test is to determine whether we can create plenty. The next is to learn that the feeling of abundance is not supported by greed. Enough is a feast. Being worldly and ordinary is quite a blessing and a spiritual practice for the advanced seeker. A lot of us need to hear that. Ultimately, plentiful resources and knowledge of worldly processes enables us to serve appropriately, willingly, and effectively. Our ability to create wealth becomes an aspect of our sacred service as a spiritual principle. By keeping a keen eye on the facts of a situation and staying focused, there's a clear tendency to derive abundant rewards, as is suggested by the image of the fullness of the moon and the fertility of a garden. Using worldly goods with integrity, we can avoid pride of possession. A great deal of personal satisfaction with life can be gained when we focus on outer reality, things and situations. The race survives according to its ability to maintain concentration on hard facts, however relevant our inner reality may be to us. Through our day-to-day struggles, we gain deeper insights and develop a better sense of why so many people suffer. That's the Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior. Us observing the world that's suffering, right? And why we suffer. because those of us on missions down here definitely have a problem with the suffering. Having our own stresses and strains enables us to understand others with similar challenges. So, compassion, something sorely missing on the planet. Compassion. Everybody's become so me, me, me. So that a common chord is struck and rapport develops. It is entirely meaningful to dedicate ourselves to normal, conventional accomplishments. In fact, on many levels, being ordinary is quite a blessing. Those of exceptional ability can so often lose touch with their supportive environment. So, being ordinary, that card's been coming out in the Osho Zen here. Being ordinary isn't a bad thing. Being able to settle in the perfect harmony that's going on is very ordinary. And that is a good time for meditation and reflection. Also, such normal good fortune is a stabilizing factor. Through it, we are easily able to take on board what others less balanced may throw at us. Their lack of balance derives from having too wide a variance from the norm, beyond their personal capacity to assimilate the resultant tension. There is a saying in Zen, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water, which clearly illustrates the importance of the material world, both as a means towards the celebration of our highest spiritual station. It's not only foolish and prideful, but counterproductive to focus our sense of sacredness on prayer alone. Hope that's helpful with everyone as they are moving forward through their Thursday, Jupiter Day. All right. So now that we've got the intro and the Sabian Mysteries, we're going to get into the reading for sure. All right, let's see what we got here. I wish you all a grand morning. A little bit of a late start this morning. All right. Osho Zen, got anything for us? Those here on missions need guidance, and they shall have it. Osho Zen. Thursday, success. The fertile garden. Success. So successful in our endeavors. The fruitful garden. There's that wounded warrior card I was talking about. How we watch others suffer. And how we don't like what we see, right? Funny, it's just right there on the bottom. All right. So the theme of the day, success. A 6. What is the overall energy for Thursday? March the 17th. The vagabond. Now, that's interesting, conflicting energy. For sure. What's our highest priority? What is our highest priority? Guidance for those on a mission. What is our highest priority? Highest priority. highest priority. The demon and the captor. Okay. And what do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for? Looks like an interesting day. There it is. Tower. Okay. Underlying the Empress. So let's take a little sneaky peeky here. Strategy, strategist, right? Of the pages. So strategizing, creative abundant energy with somebody significant to you, and strategizing the earth goddess incarnate with none other than the emperor, King of Pentacles. We got the emperor and the empress here, and the memory keeper. So this is definitely a twin flame. This is about your kingdom, strategizing how you talk about your life or whatever work that it is that you're doing. How are you moving forward? Looks like there's going to be some sort of incoming messages dealing with that. All right. Let's get into the reading. Empress, Key 3, Major Arcana, underlying. The Empress appears to those who are on the verge of producing a work worthy of admiration. The magic of the Empress transforms your hopes into reality. A divinity of universal love is present in your life path, and the Empress appearing to you is the affirmation you need for acknowledging that presence. Gloria Mundi is the muse for poets, writers, artists, and musicians. The Empress also embodies the spirit of rhetoric. She wields the art of persuasion. So that's underlying, and you saw the rest of the cards. The Vagabond, 5 of Orbs, overall energy, feeling a bit in the shadows today for many of us. 5 of Orbs, let's take a look at it. The Conservative, nope, I need the Vagabond. 5, oh, I'm on the 4. We don't need the 4, we need the 5. The Vagabond is the spirit of alienation and feeling alienated. Crowning the holy temple is a lotus blossom, that is the lotus throne, that features the 5 petals symbolizing the 5 aggregates of suffering. Sensation, consciousness, physical forms, perception, and thought forms. The Vagabond appears by our side when you are the wanderer with no sense of home or identity. This is a spirit that comes to you when your spirit is restless and when you are in search of meaning. This is a spirit who will teach you toughness and resilience, but does so by putting you through the gauntlet of material troubles. So, material troubles, possibly. Remember, the energy of this can happen approximately, it can be as much as 5 days, but generally within 3. For some, it may have already happened. It depends on your timeline. But Yeah, the lotus throne. Hmm. Fascinating overall energy. It definitely ties in with the fertile garden under the moon and what it was talking about. Not um, focusing on lack, right? The highest priority is the demon and the Capricorn. So this is overcoming, I think, some of your own internal struggles. Definitely. And your highest priority is to handle that, handle those internal struggles. Key 15, the demon. You know you've begun the final prong of your spiritual journey when you are thrust into a battle with the Typhon. This is the mental and emotional chains of bondage that you must break. And to break those chains, you must see clearly that those chains have always been an illusion. The demon is the primordial spirit of harm, and most often than not, self harm. This is self sabotage. The demon is the personification of interferences that undermine our pursuit of our aspirations or the advancement of our knowledge and wisdom. The demon is that which holds us back. When the demon appears, you are letting forces of harm inhibit your progress. You have been surrendering your self control. The demon is thus trying to alert you to manipulation, abuse, deception, or undue influences that are causing you sabotage in the long term. When the demon appears, a usurper lurks nearby. And the captor, Eight of Swords, feeling bound by those threads of fate, right? But often the demon's depicted with a man in a cage or a man and a woman in a cage or chained up. And this is very much the cage. It's a mental cage. The captor. Boy, it's really getting dark again. It must be getting ready to really rain again. Okay. Eight of Swords. You are feeling bound by the threads of fate. You're being pulled in so many oppositional directions that now you cannot move in any direction at all. When the captor appears to you, it is a message from beyond warning that there has been undue interference into your path. The themes here are having to confront the evils of oppression, aggressions of those in a superior position to hurt those who are helpless and meek, feelings of isolation, the vagabond, but also that prophecies will be delivered to you through your dreams. When the captor appears to you, begin paying closer attention to your dreams. Oh boy, some more visions coming in? That'd be nice. I've been getting them for sure, and they've been working with me in my dream time for sure. I don't know if they do that with you all or not. This is a spirit of shortened force or obstruction. When the Eight of Swords appears to you, take immediate action toward unbinding yourself and cutting loose from all that's trying to hold you down. The way out is not to exert your own force against the oppression, but to use the oppression against itself. Instead of struggling with your own strength to escape the bindings, use the blades of the swords blocking your path to cut yourself free. So, for some, this is quite literally somebody else that's interfering with your missions or your own self sabotage doing that. And for some of you, this is quite literally not focusing on your spiritual journey, um, because of addictions, codependency, things like that, or just fear. What are you scared of? Seriously, what are you scared of? Because you have nothing to fear, I can tell you that. You were given dominion. You can walk freely here on this planet and not fear anything. As a matter of fact, fear is a very bad thing around some of the ET races because they will kill you on the spot if you show fear. So, dropping fears and paying attention to those dreams. So, sometimes in dream time, um, a lot of scary things will come forward, sometimes even when you meditate. But if you show no fear, it'll be a lot easier to pay attention to those dreams. Show no fear. Because some of the strangest creatures to us, because we're used to looking at human faces, some of the strangest, scariest looking creatures are some of the best ones, interestingly enough. All right. The tower, what to be mindful of and prepare for. Perhaps that battle with your addictions or fears. A battle with the Typhon themselves. Because this can indicate conflict, armed conflict, this card. And it can also be about the divine giving you a major kick in your hind end. It can be a good kick or a bad kick. All right. Key 16, the tower. I personally have grown very numb to the tower card for various reasons. For one thing, it can be tiny towers. They don't have to be. I know it's a major arcana, but I've noticed that sometimes they're not as big as it seems. Or at least you have to have some perspective on it, okay? So try not to fear towers. They're not always bad. And a lot of times they can be something that really gives you a moment of, um, wow, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I go that direction in the first place? Because, yeah, rerouting. The tower is the spirit of disappointment when you feel what you have worked hard for is not propelling you toward higher ground you desire. The spirit of the tower appears when the message you need to hear is this: change your direction. Before the physical construction of your great work can manifest, you must build a solid inner foundation. Focus on that inner foundation, and when the conditions are right, what's interesting is they want you to pay attention to your dreams and visions, is what's going on here. So I have a feeling this is about what direction you're going to be picking with the Empress and Emperor. Where are they going? Where are they heading? What are they doing? Focus on that inner foundation, and then when the conditions are ripe, the physical construction of your great work will manifest. This is the moment your material and spiritual worlds collide. The spirit of the tower appears to you now in an effort to guide you through the challenge of dismantling your own preconceived notions. A talisman is given to you, a battle axe, which you must wield to remove the obstacles in your way, including the swords, right? Because most often than not, the demon is just flat out about fear. Okay. So you are removing obstacles, including fear. Heed these teachings. There can be joy and sorrow and stability and change. Lux mentis, lux orbis, light of the mind, light of the world. Key 16 can also be an omen of an armed conflict. So for some of you, this is quite literally somebody that's interfering with your path, and you're going to give them the battle axe, hardcore, because they are keeping you from your missions. Okay. Wow. So that could be what that's about. Being blocked from your mission somehow. And for others, it's quite literally just overcoming fear. Yeah. And it feels like this tower is a very good tower to me. The energy, I don't feel like, at least for myself, the collective themselves, it doesn't feel like it's a bad one. Not really. It's one that's going to clear your path, okay? All right, let's look at any outgoing messages for the collective. Yes, understanding. Okay. It's about the picture they just said. Okay. Participation is underlying. Participation, understanding. So you have one, birds represent angels to me and to many. They're definitely birds of a feather here. Okay. And this is you meeting and greeting with the birds of the feather, the flock, the collective, having understanding and participating with the collective, listening to our inner voice. Definitely going to leave that one up. All right. So you guys see what this is talking about. It's definitely, you will have success, but you need to listen to the visions and dreams they're giving you, the inner voice that's happening. And then being with birds of a feather and participating with understanding. Okay. Anyway, I hope this helps you on this Thursday. What an interesting day. A thunderstormy morning and some faux pas getting started, but yeah, success. Have a good one. I hope you guys have a really good day. And yes, this is a general reading for the collective, those on missions. Many of them are twin flame couples. It doesn't matter if you've met your twin flame or not. This reading is for everybody, for everyone. And on Friday, or yeah, Thursday, or no, today's Wednesday. Where am I at? Where's my head? It is Wednesday. I'm so sorry. It's not Jupiter Day. Where am I at? That is so funny. Anyway, it is Wednesday. Tomorrow, I will be doing the sun signs, the water and fire, and then Fridays is earth and air. So I hope you join me for those. But I also do these in the morning, first thing, as kind of a general for everybody to kind of look for this energy. Like I said, 3 to 5 days, or some of you might have already been through it. So it can kind of slide, you know, either direction of the line of today's energy. So just be mindful of this. But anyway, have a grand one. And yeah, more readings to come.